No longer supporting zoos will help keep animals from being deprived of their natural habitat along with animal welfare cruelty. We all once enjoyed the zoo at a point. Has it ever yet occurred to you that these animals are actually extremely depressed and dying on the inside? No longer supporting zoos that use animal captivity for entertainment and profit will help raise the quality of life for those animals who are raised to live their lives in zoos for nothing other than others' entertainment. If we all work together to put a stop to animal cruelty in zoos, we would help wild animals have the capability to live their lives in the wild as they were put on this earth to do. Today, I will go over the importance of putting an end to animal captivity, to persuade you into no longer putting in the support towards zoos that lowers animals' life equality. Zoos are known to us as a great way to spend our days, but imagine being an animal spending every day in a cage. Animals living in zoos have a lower quality of life and expectancy compared to those in the wild. PETA, a well-known 40-year-old animal rights nonprofit organization, once mentioned in an article about zoos that elephants, both in the captivity and wild, have a different lifespan. Elephant in the zoo was expected to have a lifespan of 16.9 years, as on a preserve. Animals in zoos have a lower quality of life and expectancy compared to those who live in the wild. PETA, a well-known 40-year animal rights nonprofit organization, once mentioned in an article about pitiful zoos that elephants, both in the wild and captivity, found that the lifespan for an elephant in the zoo was 16.9 years. As elephants in nature preserve lived up to 56 years. This concludes that bringing elephants into zoos actually impairs their liability. This statistic shows how much zoo captivity actually lowers their life expectancy compared to preserves where they live a much longer life. In PETA's article on pitiful zoos, they also quoted that over a course of 5 summers, a curator at the zoo followed 700 zoo visitors, finding that it did not matter what was on display. People were treating exhibits like wallpaper. Zoos claim to be an educational opportunity. In reality, visitors actually spend very little time at display, as they rather seek entertainment over enlightenment. Where is the educational value in this, other than showing animals behind a glass wall for entertainment and profit from the public? Zoos like to claim that they want to protect endangered species from extinction, when in reality, zoos tend to favor exotic and popular animals because they tend to draw crowds along with publicity instead of actual threatened and endangered wildlife. Clearly, animals' quality of life in zoos are in great need of help. If we all agree to put a stop of supporting animal captivity in zoos, the overall problem of horrible animal welfare in zoos would be resolved. As the zoo babies are born, which is irresistible to not go and see, crowd pleasers will grow. This supports breeding programs, resulting in a surplus of less cute adult animals, as they are not as favored once they are grown. Zoos tend to regularly trade, sell, loan, and even barter animals that are no longer wanted. The only other way to save these endangered species is to ultimately preserve the habitats. Instead of just patronizing on zoos, you're better off supporting groups that work towards preserving habitats. Now that I have explained and talked about cruelty behind zoos, I will now discuss what you can do to help put a stop to it. Helping prevent animal cruelty from zoos will benefit the future of wild animals' overall quality of life. Starting off with never patronizing zoos. The money you spend there is what pays for these animals to be imprisoned in cages along with being traded. Your money is not going to them being rescued or rehabilitated. Look into finding out if a local zoo near you solicits money from donors and charity. If so, take time to write to the zoo sponsors to put their money towards wild animal protection. This will better help benefit those nonprofit organizations that actually need it. Lastly, encouraging zoos to help stop the breeding of animals. Start reporting poor conditions that you notice to the USDA and pressuring local officials to put an end towards subsidizing zoos with tax-paying money. With minimal efforts like these, we can brighten the future of wildlife animals. Today, I discussed why we should no longer support captivity zoos. I provided with you the information on why zoos should no longer be financially supported by us, as they neglect these animals in return for profit. Went over the ways we can put an end towards animal captivity and abuse in zoos. Until now, most of you probably didn't know everything these animals are put through from being forced to live behind cages in a zoo. I encourage you all to please put an end to animal captivity. Please do your part to help put an end to animal captivity and cruelty, to push awareness towards actual animal conservations that need it. Thank you.